So with eyes closed, body relaxing, belly relaxing, connecting with your inhale and your exhale. And as you begin to deepen your breath, I'll ask you to just be aware of the action in that area of the Mula Bandha, your base, the perineum. So as you exhale, and this will be subtle, as you exhale and the belly moves in, the diaphragm is moving up, you may notice a really gentle lift in that area of the base of the perineum. And then as you inhale, the diaphragm moves down, the belly relaxes, expands, and you may notice the same thing at the base, at your Mula Bandha. So without trying to do a Kegel or trying to contract and relax, just notice if you can feel that very gentle, slight lift and relaxation at the base. And then if you were able to notice that very subtle connection, see if you can also notice that subtle connection in the soft palate at the back of your throat. So the three, the diaphragm, the base, the perineum, and the throat, the back of the throat or the back of the soft palate, all move in tandem together with the breath. We don't think about that. We notice our diaphragm, but the other two are much more subtle and move very gently, very softly in tandem with the diaphragm. So the inhale, everything moves down. And the exhale, they all three move slightly up. And don't be frustrated if you're not finding the connection beyond the diaphragm. That's okay. Just an exercise in awareness. And just take 5 slow breaths like this. Just noticing if you can see or sense that subtle connection in your body. And then begin to notice your body, where there's freedom and where you may feel tension. Notice any thoughts, emotions, or feelings, either positive or negative. And let go of any trying to find those areas of the bandhas that we talked about. And we're going to just move into some breath counting, and then we're going to add the Jaladhara Bandha at the throat into this and kind of progress as we go. So as you inhale and exhale, see if you can extend your inhales and exhales to a count of 8. So inhaling to 8. So nice and slow, slowing it down. And then a slow exhale to a count of 8. And as you create this inhale to a count of 8, think about your collarbones lifting with your inhale. And then a slow exhale to a count of 8. Just do a few more rounds like that on your own. And now continue with this inhale to 8 and exhale to 8. But as you begin your next inhale, slowly begin to drop your chin towards your chest. And then as you begin your slow exhale to a count of 8, slowly lift your chin back to neutral. We're just going to do 5 rounds of breath like that, nice and slow. Dropping the chin slowly as you count to 8 on your inhale. And then slowly lifting the chin as you count your exhale. Just easy, slow, mindful breath. And as you're inhaling and the chin is dropping, continue to lift the collarbones. And as you exhale, the belly, the navel center moves towards your spine. Nice, slow, rhythmic. And sense the front of the brain getting quieter as this becomes deeply meditative. And so continue with your inhale, exhale, and the lowering of the chin to a count of 8. And we're going to add an inhale retention to a count of 4. So as you inhale to 8 and slowly drop your chin, pause here, count to 4. And then slowly release to a count of 8 as you lift your chin. We'll continue with that for 5 more rounds of breath. Inhaling to 8, chin drops. Hold for 4. Slowly exhaling as you lift the chin to a count of 8. Collarbones remain lifted. The mind becoming absorbed in the heart. Now, you keep continuing with what you've been doing, and we're going to add a pause to a count of 4 to your exhale as well. So it'll be inhale for 8, hold for 8, exhale, inhale for 8, hold for 4, exhale for 8, and hold for 4. And as you begin your next round, if it's comfortable for you, keep your chin in the dropped position as you move into your inhale, and do your breath counts with the chin dropped. So staying with the 8 inhale, the 4 retention, 8 exhale with 4 retention, and chin dropped. If this causes tension at your neck at some point, go ahead and release, but do so on your exhale if you need to release. Collarbones remain lifted. Navel center moves towards the spine on your exhale. No tension in your neck or your throat. The mind becoming more and more deeply internalized. Melting the mind into the presence or awareness in the heart center. Do 2 more rounds as you're doing. And then as you finish your last round on your own time, you'll release your head on your exhale to a neutral position. But we'll continue for a few more rounds with the count on the inhale, the exhale, and the retention. So same breath, just releasing your chin on your exhale and remaining with chin neutral. Do one more round like this. And then release the pranayama and the counting and the retentions. And just breathe normally for a few moments, but remain established in this restful awareness. Noticing thoughts and emotions here once again. Positive or negative. Notice any areas of tension or freedom. And now we're moving into our meditation. Adjust your seat any way that you may need to, or stay exactly as you are. And notice the breath as it becomes more smooth, that the mind becomes becomes more present and more aware. Every inhale, sense that you are replenishing or re-energizing, recharging. And every exhale, sense that you are releasing any tension or fatigue. Just slow, long, deep breaths. Notice the rise and fall of the breath. And just see your body breathing. And then adjust your hands so that your palms are turned up and your fingers are not touching anything. So just a reminder that meditation does not mean the absence of thought. It's a process to teach the mind to become more focused and more one-pointed. So with your eyes closed, bring your awareness, your attention to both thumbs. And if you need to just gently physically move them to find them with your mind's eye, do so. And then let them become still. And be aware of them. Sense a heaviness or perhaps a warmth there, maybe even a tingling. And just continue focusing your attention on your thumbs, both thumbs. And now bring your attention to your index fingers. And again, if you have trouble finding them in your mind's eye, just gently move them and then come back to stillness. And keep your attention focused on just your index fingers. Perhaps you begin to feel a fullness or more and more present. And bring your awareness to your middle finger. Same thing, moving them slightly if you need to. And once you find your middle finger, come back into stillness. Perhaps noticing more and more vital sensation in your middle finger. Tingling, warmth, fullness, more presence there. And now let's move on to your ring finger. Same thing, move it if you need to find it. And then find stillness. And focus your awareness just on your ring finger. Begin to sense that the mind is collecting, teaching the mind to become more one-pointed as you continue to focus on your ring finger. You might feel pulsing or tingling. And now shift your awareness to your pinky finger. Move it if you need to find it. Come into stillness and focus solely on the sensations in your pinky finger. Perhaps you notice it feeling more vibrant or more present. And now go back to the finger that you found the least accessible or the hardest one to stay aware of, whatever that might be for you. And refocus your attention on that finger. Now these five fingers relate to the first 5 chakras in the body. And by bringing the thumb in and the index finger together now, just touching the tips, we begin to connect with the upper chakras in the head. So holding tip of thumb and index finger together. Begin to sense that presence that you felt in your fingers building and collecting in the midbrain, that space behind your forehead. And follow that presence in the midbrain into an increasing sense of deep ease, or perhaps even a presence of joy, which is the highest state of balance and freedom. And just stay here for the next few moments. If your mind wanders, bring your awareness back to that touch of the index finger and the thumb, and then back to that sense of presence in the midbrain, that space behind the forehead. And then softly begin to deepen your breath, bringing awareness back into your whole body. With your eyes cast towards the floor, softly begin to allow your eyes to open slightly, vision out of focus. And then lift your eyes, coming back into your space, keeping that calm sense of peace and awareness. Namaste. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody. I know some of you have to run, but just want to unmute everybody so that if you have any questions or you just want to say hi and bye, even though we're not in person, it's kind of nice to have this contact with everybody to start our day feeling a little connected to our little group before you head out on your way. So if anybody has questions, go ahead, and otherwise we will, sorry, I'm just turning